Hello and welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider, the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Private alongside head coach Darren Schoenrock. And coach, you go down to Tulane, they take the series 2-1, but coming out of that series, you feel like this team's playing some pretty good baseball. They're a nationally ranked team. They're making a run at the conference championship years. They have that program back up and going after a few lean years. A couple close games, a 1-0 loss. You were tied late in the loss on Sunday. You get the 8-1 win on Saturday. Series could have gone either way, but you think that finally this team is starting to pick up some momentum near the end of the season.
Yeah, I think we've played better even the last 3 weekends, and we've only won one game in each of those. Hadn't won a series in the last 3, but we're showing signs of we're being in a lot more games. We're showing better competitive at bats. Our pitching we're starting to get some decent starts. Still have some issues in the bullpen that we're trying to iron out. But overall, I think we played very well. Went toe-to-toe with the 15th ranked team in the country. Should have won 2 and gained a lot of respect from the Tulane fans and even from Coach Pierce. Said, hey, I don't see how you guys aren't, record-wise aren't better. But I said, well, we've played better lately. We have.
Let's talk about the win, the 8-1 win, Matt Ferguson, a complete game.
Matt, really, again, you saw a little bit of this coming last week. He's starting to develop the ability to make a pitch to get out of a jam, and a jam doesn't necessarily have to be with multiple runners on base. A jam could be 3-0 on a leadoff hitter of the inning, or 2 outs and nobody on, and goes 2-0 on the next hitter, and you're thinking, let's just go, let's get this inning over with. But he's making pitches now, what we call recovery pitches, and he's built enough confidence to do that. They've ironed out some things he was doing mechanically, and pitched well. Pitched to contact. It's a good club to pitch to contact too. They're a big swing, a couple of big thumpers in the middle that just want to hit the ball out of the park, and they have the capability of doing it. And if you pitch those guys carefully, then the rest of the lineup can kind of unfold how you want it to. And we played very good defense on the weekend. So. Matt was outstanding and gave us a big lift, after a tough 1-0 loss Friday.
Coach, Tuesday you're going to head up to Millington to play Tennessee Martin. It's the Babe Howard Classic, the second year we're doing the Babe Howard Classic up there. He was a big influence here. Obviously, the family a big contributor, helps you with the indoor and the future expansion to the ballpark. He helped bring Olympic baseball to Millington for about a decade, and you take a look at those Olympic teams in that area. Take a look at Mark McGuire, Will Clark, Alex Rodriguez, some of the greatest Hall of Fame type players that have come through Millington. So a chance to take that team up there and play on a field that's got a little history in USA Stadium.
Yeah, we're going to talk to our team today. And we visit with them every year about it. The new guys maybe don't know much about it, but a lot of history. And even my former mentor, one of my mentors, Ron Polk, spent a lot of time living in Millington in the summers and working with Skip Burtman on those Olympic teams. And as they were building college baseball, they were also, doing tours with the USA team in the summer. And so I heard a lot about it from Coach before he ever came to Memphis. I knew Babe from when I played. When I played Legion ball, there was about 5 real strong Legion programs in the state, and Millington Telephone was definitely one of those. And we matched up with them in some state tournaments. And so I'm very familiar with the history and what Babe did. One of the first people I met when I took the job at Memphis 12 years ago, Eddie Cantler put me in a car and drove me to Millington, and we had lunch with Babe Howard. And that was the second day I was here. So that showed what they felt like was one of the important things. And so we spent a lot of time talking about Coach Polk, of course. But and then Ray and Laura have been great to us in our program, been very supportive of me, and we're looking to do some really neat things in the future. We've named the facility the Babe Howard facility now. So a lot of things tied into this game, plus the opportunity to go and play a midweek game again and keep trying to get off the tough end of these midweek games and look at a young pitching staff unfold again.
It's going to be a short week too. You play Tuesday night, you turn around, Cincinnati comes to town. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Your Saturday game's at 1 o'clock. Thursday, Friday at 6:30 in Cincinnati. You guys have had some battles the last couple of years. It always seems to just go 2-1. They've been able to just have that little edge the last 2 seasons, and you got to find a way to. I don't know. It's in the back of your head. Have to find a way to keep Treg Habercorn. For some reason, every year you have that one player. He just kind of had our number the last 2 years.
Yeah, he made a phenomenal catch this past weekend in a game there. He's developed into a good college player. that we move these series up so that you can set some pitching up for the tournament and give guys a day's rest. I don't know how Cincinnati's going to approach it. We're going to approach it a little differently with what we're going to shake things up a little bit with what we have to do in the tournament. So anxious to see how some neat things and some new things unfold pitching-wise as we continue to evaluate. Cincinnati's a club that I've been anxious to try to get them off of their turf and just see how different they are on dirt. And you've seen they've had they've stumped their toes a little bit more on the road. So the ballpark will play differently than what they're in. We got to take advantage of being at home, and that's and take advantage and gain some momentum from sending 6 seniors off that have given us everything they could give us this spring and played some valuable roles and provided some good leadership. So a lot of things unfolding this weekend, and then we get on a plane Sunday morning and head down and go into a position where we have to win a tournament. So a lot of motion running through this club right now, a lot of things, but school's out and it's just baseball.
Few things before we let you go, Coach, because it might be the last time we talk to you before the summer gets here. First of all, conference tournament coming up next week. You don't know how the seeding's going to play out, but that tournament's been very good the last couple of years. They moved to double elimination again last year. We go to a Tuesday start, so the games aren't so congested. Great place to play down there, the Phillies spring training home and the home of the Threshers.
They do a great job, and it's a I wasn't sure at the first. We got to go to Clearwater, the expense involved, and everything. It's well worth it to really put those guys in a position where they're playing on a good facility. They get to practice on a good facility. The weather you don't deal with any weather issues. The tournaments run first class, but really look forward to that, and a lot of good baseball. 8 good teams in this league, and it's a fun team for fans to watch.
Head coach, kind of your general thoughts on the season. I know it's kind of been frustrating. You thought you might make that jump about midway through the season, but you're always optimistic that things will turn, especially with a lot of freshman pitchers. Not to put it all on them, but things coming forward. I think they've got a lot of innings under the belt, a reason to be very optimistic about next season. But just kind of your general thoughts about this year.
I think, it hasn't turned out obviously how any of us expected or wanted. After we got through with fall, I was a little leery of I wasn't sure where we were going to be offensively because 2 of our better pitchers, Colton Hathcock and Connor Alexander, didn't throw in the fall. We had them in shutdown for some injury stuff, so our hitters didn't get to see 2 of our better guys, and they got it maybe a false sense of reality, not facing weekend type guys in normal fall practice, but. The freshman pitchers, some of them have grown up, some of them are still trying to figure it out, and that'll continue. Summer ball plays a huge, part of the ones that we do send out, that they've got to go become a little bit more self-reliant and not rely on, now's where they're learning about routines and owning their own work ethic and not having one of our coaches in their ear. So those are mature things that happen in growth, and I think this club will do that. I really like what we return, what we have coming in. I'm anxious to see what happens here in the professional draft coming up. There's going to be a few guys who have some opportunities, but all in all, it's been a very enjoyable team as far as the work ethic and the preparation that this team puts in is phenomenal, and it hasn't worked out. We've had some guys, some failure moments just with guys in young positions on the team. So, but you learn from those and move on, and I think this team is starting to develop a little bit. They're starting to develop some thick skin down the stretch, and it'll be important for some of these guys that come back next year to carry over that thick skin in the fall and go, hey, we've got to be able to find a way to overcome the young moments, and that's what we've talked about as a staff is we didn't have an answer for the young moments, and that's just the life. We went through this in 2008 after a really, really good year, then 9, then by 13 we were back rolling. I think this team will be outstanding in the future, but this team, the way they're playing now, this 2016 team, don't be surprised if we don't make a run in that tournament, and I think they're capable of doing that.
All right, looking forward to it, Coach. Thanks a lot.
Jeff.
That's head coach Darren Schoenrock. I'm Jeff Brightwell with the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.